Hello everyone. I'm Jimson Lee for SpeedEndurance.com, and today I'm here with Brooks Johnson, and we're going to ask a few coaching questions to Coach. So, Coach, thank you for having me here today.
Delighted you're here.
So let's talk about speed development. What are the kinds of training you do for speed development in terms of distances, long to short, and explosiveness in the athlete, the power output out of athletes?
Well, the physics remain the same. The difference is based upon whether you're talking about short speed endurance or long speed endurance, or what characteristics the athlete brings to the table. So what you may do for one person in the middle long distance or a sprint or hurdle may be different from another person because their physical gifts are different. So the thing that remains constant is the basic physics. The things that vary has to do with how you exploit the physics.
Are you overly concerned about stride length, stride frequency, and ground contact?
Well, those are all three very important things. And I think until Bolt came and woke everybody up, we'd gotten away from the importance of stride length, and we were overly concerned with contact time on the ground and stride rate as opposed to stride length. But I think now there's going to be more of a balance because people are realizing that stride length is probably just as important as stride rate.
How about Justin Gatlin? He has a very unusual or unique kind of style of sprinting with the arm swing, running low to the ground. Can you make a few comments on Justin?
Well, we trained with Justin for the better part of last year. And one of the things that we discovered is one point we watched 7 of his races from way back. And in the 7 races, he used 5 different techniques. So it's really difficult to pinpoint exactly what he's doing. Justin's strong suit is whatever it takes to win, that's what he does. And so one technique may work this time, or he may be in a bad technical situation, and then he'll make an adjustment to get to the point where he wins. So it's hard to pinpoint him and limit him down to one technical phenomenon.
And he ran 6.46 the exact same time, 9 years apart. Can you talk about what he did specifically to keep that consistent type of sprinting?
The biggest thing, again, is that Justin is now very confident. He's in a very good place to train for him. And now his competitiveness can really manifest itself. His strongest point is the fact that he hates to lose, and he's willing to pull the ripcord to win, and that's what you're seeing.
Okay, excellent. So your athletes are now finished for the day at the track. Are they all going to the weight room now as we speak?
No, some of them are going to the ice tub and whatever. This week we're weight training on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so they'll go to the weight room tomorrow after training.
Can you talk a bit about their weight session? Is it general strength training, a lot of plyometrics, explosive work?
Very little plyometrics this time of year. We're sort of bass aquas in that we don't do very much weight training until we have the technical aspects totally under control. Then the strength adds to technical superiority, as opposed to having enough strength to mask and cover up technical mistakes or technical errors. So we try to get the technical stuff as perfect as we can get it, then we add strength to it, rather than having strength early on and as a result making mistakes but getting good results and not realizing that technically we still have some work to do.
Let's talk about the 10-day taper leading up to the big meet. How soon are they into the weight room 10 days out from, say, World Championships or Olympics?
That, again, varies from individual to individual. There are some people, for example, that will weight train very hard the morning of their competition. We don't do that, but there's a very sound science behind it. It's called post-tetanus potentiation. That means that if I have involved in some very intense contractions, then after that, my ability to contract goes way up. So again, there's no one size that fits all.
Great. One last question, since Steve Williams introduced me to you, can you talk about Steve a bit and his time with you? Because he speaks of you highly as a coach. What did he learn from you? Was there anything he took as an athlete and brought to you that you learned from him, and vice versa?
Well, he was one of the tallest, if not the tallest, world-class sprinter at that time. In terms of height, he was the Usain Bolt of his era. And again, it was the fact that he ate people up with stride length, despite the fact he was a national champion indoors at 60 yards. But he also was a world record holder outdoors at 60 meters. And his calling card, like Bolt's, is and was stride length.
Okay. Well, thanks, Brooks. And for SpeedEndurance.com, I'm Jim Sinley.